Hey everyone, I want to talk about a recent video I saw from Dr. Elisabeth Potter that really got my attention. Now, you probably have heard of her, but if you haven't, Dr. Potter is a board-certified plastic surgeon in Austin, Texas, who specializes in breast reconstruction. Now, over the past few months, her videos have gone viral because she's been so outspoken about insurance companies, especially the way they deny medically necessary care. She even spoke out against a big insurance company, and she's saying now that she's being punished for it. But instead of backing down, she's been sharing her experience publicly so people can see what healthcare in the US is really like behind the scenes for medical professionals. And in one of her videos, she made a point that really stuck out to me.
You may have heard the news that with insurance companies, profits are down and they're saying premiums are going to go up and all of that. I think that one way to respond is by saying, okay, I guess we have to buckle down and pay more. I think saying that profits are down for insurance companies is really saying, okay, they're about to ask Americans to do something hard. They're about to ask Americans to pay more for a product that hasn't been meeting their needs. And what I want us to think about is whether paying into a system that hasn't been working for us and paying more for that care is really in our best interest as a society. So throwing good money after bad is usually not a good idea. And once we realize that we're getting a lot of denials and insurance companies are controlling care and controlling access, is that really a system that we want to feed more money?
Now, this is such an important point. Most families just accept it when premiums rise. But like Dr. Potter said, why should we be paying more into a system that isn't working for us? And Dr. Potter suggested something bold. Maybe instead of putting everything through insurance, we should step back and ask what our healthcare really costs.
So what I want you to think about is whether you could get a catastrophic policy and then get the rest of your health care in the open market, self-pay, direct care. There's a lot of companies out there doing that. Insurance companies actually aren't necessary for you to get just regular health care. What you need are good doctors, and you need for patients to have access to them and a way to pay for that. But we don't have to keep paying all of these exorbitant fees and extras just because we're going through an insurance company. It's a hard conversation, and obviously it's not right for everybody.
I just gotta say, she's absolutely right. There are better ways to structure your healthcare, and the two best options I found are direct primary care and HealthShares. Now let's talk about direct primary care, or a DPC. A DPC is a membership you have directly with your local doctor. So instead of swiping an insurance card every time you need care, you pay a flat monthly fee, and that membership covers your basic needs. Now that usually includes checkups, sick visits, preventative care, and basic labs. And because you're paying directly, there's no middleman telling your doctor what they can and can't. Another big benefit is access. Many DPC doctors offer same-day appointments, and some even give you their cell number so you can call or text them when you need help. Now, it's a completely different experience from waiting weeks for an appointment with a doctor who barely has time to see you. Now let's talk about the second piece, HealthShares. A HealthShare is not insurance. It's a community of people who agree to help each other with big, unexpected medical bills. Now here's how it works. Everyone contributes a set monthly amount, and when someone has a major medical event like an accident, a surgery, or even a cancer diagnosis, the community steps in and shares those costs. The biggest difference from insurance is freedom. HealthShares don't lock you into narrow networks, and the monthly costs are usually much lower than what families are paying for insurance. So here's where it all comes together. Direct primary care and HealthShares actually work really well side by side. Your DPC membership takes care of the everyday stuff, so your checkups, sick visits, routine labs, and preventative care. Your HealthShare is there for the big stuff. So hospital stays, surgeries, or maybe a serious diagnosis. Together, they create a system that's often more affordable, more transparent, and more patient-centered than traditional insurance. Now, Dr. Potter also talked about fear, and I think that is so important.
We've been told that being uninsured is like a super scary, dangerous thing. Okay, well, so is thinking that you have care provided for you and then finding out that it's not there when you need it.
So I love this distinction. Not having insurance doesn't mean you're unprepared. In fact, With direct primary care plus a HealthShare membership, many families feel even more prepared because they know how their system works. They know who their doctor is, and they are not blindsided by the fine print. Now, this approach isn't perfect and it's not right for everyone, but if you're tired of rising premiums and shrinking benefits, it's definitely something worth looking into. I put together a free guide that explains HealthShares in plain English, what they are, what to look for, and what red flags to avoid. You can grab it at the link below this video.